Buzz, good to see you, bud.
What's going on, everyone? So we are back interviewing Coach A once again. We haven't done this since the preseason.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but now we're in a good place once again. We are back in districts. This time we have a home match against Hilliard-Davidson coming up tomorrow. So how does it feel to be back in districts?
Oh, it's a fun time of the year. The weather's always nicer. We have some great competition coming down the line for us. It starts Tuesday with Hilliard-Davidson. We thought we played another great team the other night with Hilliard-Bradley, and we were able to jump them early and kind of make sure the tide stayed in our favor.
So let me start by going back to our previous interview, and we talked about the OCC Ohio division and how all of those teams could easily make states, no matter what their record was or where they placed. And from what it seems like, everyone is still alive except for Pickerington North, who stunningly lost to Central Crossing, and Westland.
And Westville Central. They had a tough one against Canal. So we got 3 teams left.
So how does it feel to see that 3 teams from that division, which is literally a juggernaut when it comes to playoff time, how does that come?
Yeah, we think that the conference does a lot for us in preparing us for games like this. You know what you're always going to get when you face Pick North or a Westville Central or Gahanna. And like I told you before, I think 4 of us have been to the Final Four in the last decade. So it's a very good baseball conference. And, we think if we come through that conference play pretty unscathed, we should prepare ourselves well for a nice tournament run.
So we play Hilliard-Davidson tonight, and what would be specifically big with a win is we would play the winner of Upper Arlington and Lancaster. Now keep in mind, Lancaster was who knocked us out of the season last year, as we mentioned in the previous interview. So how would it feel to play Coach Collins and the Golden Gales again?
Oh, love Coach Collin. Love what the Gales are all about. We know what kind of game we're going to get if we play them. We played UA on a Saturday. Both of those teams are very athletic, very energetic. So both of them have great pitchers that are going to go at us. So, our focus right now is this Tuesday game against Davidson. And if we're fortunate enough to prepare for that one, we will be ready.
So then that leads me to Upper Arlington. Like you said, we played them on a Saturday. We came up just short, but it was such a good game between both of our squads.
Yeah.
How does that prepare for what could be a rematch with Upper Arlington?
Yeah, it was a great game on Saturday. We jumped them out early, and then they hit us hard in I think the 4th or the 5th. And then we had a runner on second with 2 good guys up to possibly tie it in the 7th inning. So it's not much more than you can ask for when you're playing someone like that. And like we always talk about, it's getting those 2-out hits. And lately we've been getting them to keep innings going, to keep the momentum rolling. And you're always going to be able to get that guy over to second or third, but can you get that 2-out hit in order to score?
And what's going to be those crucial moments is what's going to see what happens with Grove City moving forward. And like every year, Grove City is always a big shot when it comes to whether or not this team makes the state Final Four potentially. I know there was a lot of teams in this past couple years, even last year. If we beat Lancaster, who knows what that Grove City team could have done. And even the 2020 COVID year, who knows what that Grove City team could have done. So Grove City is always in it for the postseason. Do you have any other things to add about that?
No, just, baseball season is a long season, and it's a lot of games, and it's pitching matchups, and I do wish that the state of Ohio did some kind of double elimination, did some kind of best of 3 series like you see down in Texas, Mississippi, Florida, with how their tournaments are ran. But unfortunately, ours doesn't, and it's a 1-game take all, so you know that you have to bring your A game. You can't have crazy mistakes, and you got to be locked in every single pitch. And if you can do that, you know, you have a chance to win and move on.
For sure. So we've talked about the strengths of this team at the beginning of the year, and we've seen like basically it all. We had some home run hitters this year. Early in the year, we had Jackson Ware with 2 home runs in 2 games. And then at the end of the year, we had, and even our previous game with Bradley, we had Zach Sigmund hit a 3-run home run into left field. So how does that kind of make a big impact on what Grove City can do in terms of strengths?
Yeah, we think we have a very powerful lineup that can challenge teams in a lot of different ways. We can run, we can bunt, we can hit for power, we can hit for singles. We really focus on our 2-strike approach. So there's a lot of things to our offense that we think makes us very dynamic, and how we approach each team is a little bit different. So we think we have a good game plan coming into Davidson, and we'll see how it goes.
And then you also mentioned the arms as well. Holmstrom absolutely dominant throughout the year. I believe he was undefeated this year, not losing a single start since freshman year.
Yeah.
If that's correct.
Yeah, he's 7-0 on the year. He's 13-1 in his career. He's been outstanding for us again this year. He's also hitting over 400. He's probably the best first baseman I've ever coached. So he is a really good player. We also have Sigmund's been amazing on the bump this year. He's kind of solidified that number 2 role. Jackson Ware's been amazing. Gabe Duncan's been amazing. Jason Scharfenegger coming out of the pen has given us great innings. So all of those guys, and then even some other guys have stepped up on the pitching front, like Dennis Ridlinger Nyrider. He's never really pitched. He's been great in spots for us this year when we needed a guy. So everyone's kind of stepped up. Ty Clifton, he's picked up 2 big wins for us in the last 2 weeks. Another guy that's added to that arsenal.
For sure. So with all those strengths coming in together, we see that Grove City has big wins, and not a ton of losses here in the state of Ohio. A majority of the losses coming in Alabama, but then once we come back to Ohio play, Grove City was dominant throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
So when we look at where this team improved from their first games in Alabama to now, what could you say is the biggest site of improvement in this team?
I think early in the season we really struggled with base running, and it shot us in the foot numerous times. We've cleaned it up defensively as well. Our defense has been strong as can be, and our pitching has too. I think this first couple games, some early scrimmages, we were walking too many guys, too many free passes, and we've really cleaned up that area. We continue to get big hits. I think our guys are starting to feel a sense of when that pressure's there, how to deal with it. So I think all those things come when you play 20-25 games. We're now 21-7, 12-3 in the conference. So I know our guys have been battle tested. We played some amazing teams this year. We played a top team in Florida. We played a top team in Alabama. We played the number 1 team in the U.S. out of Michigan. So our guys have definitely seen some of the best guys in America. Now it's knowing that level, and then what do we need to do in order to play with those guys, and our guys have really stepped up to that challenge.
For sure. So Another thing is our fan base. Our fan base has done really well, and I've noticed it up in my broadcast booth as well. A lot of fan support all the way around this Grove City area has come out. And like you said, these first couple games and even games where it's like been conditions for rain, not a lot of people show up, but once we have that perfect day, that's when everybody comes. So what did the fans bring, and what could they bring on Tuesday when we play Davidson?
Yeah, Tuesday looks like it's going to be a beautiful day out. We're hoping for another great crowd like it was the other night against Bradley. This community loves baseball. They're always been great supporters of our program, and we're expecting and excited to see another big crowd and another Greyhounds victory with a fuzz in the booth.
For sure, I can't wait to announce that one. So, moving on, this could be the last home game for Grove City, as district final is a neutral site. I know one of those sites is Grove City, but who knows how the OHSAA will determine that. Other than that, you have the Olentangy's. I know one of them is Olentangy Orange, which we could have gone up to play this year.
Till Coach Marker got scared.
And then another one is Mount Vernon up north. And then another place is Coach Collins' place at Beavers down in Lancaster as well. All of them pretty far from Grove City. How would it feel to play in one of those places?
Yeah, I think there are 5 sites listed that it could possibly go to. All of them are turf fields. So our guys practice on turf every day. We play on turf every day now. Unfortunately, sometimes I don't know how many games we've actually lost on dirt. It appears we may be better on dirt, but our guys, they're just excited for that challenge. And we'll play in the parking lot, Fuzz.
Anything for the win from here on out?
2 out hits, competing in the zone, on the mound, no free passes, playing Grove City clean baseball.
For sure. Coach, I know Davidson is a day away. Did you have any last minute practices with the team over the weekend or anything?
We had a really good practice Friday where we went live against a bunch of guys since we didn't have any games or scrimmages left. And then Sunday we did about 2 hours of hitting. We worked from a righty angle, we worked from a lefty angle in case we see the righty or in case we see their lefty. We just want to be prepared. Our guys were focused. They were very intentional in how they approached practice that night. And we're looking to have another great practice tonight to be ready to roll for Tuesday.
For sure. Coach A, I know this is going to be a day for sure that this needs to get out to Grove City students all around the school building. I know a lot of this, I'm going to try and get this even like through the news and stuff. What words do you have to say to our Grove City community in terms of trying to get them out for what could be one of the bigger games of the year?
If you're free on Tuesday and you're not doing anything and you love Grove City baseball, we would love your support. I know Kid Cuddy is rounding up a group of 20, 30 kids to be at the game. So if everyone else joins Kid Cuddy, we should be in business.
For sure. Definitely your support is needed. Come out, round that whole field. I know we have a whole left field crew. We have a bunch of stands that are filled up. If you can't make it, we have a streaming option. Go to the Barstool Grove City Network, join the Twitch feed. I will be calling the game from there. Coach A, what a pleasure it was.
Thank you, Fuzz. I greatly appreciate everything you do for us.
Absolutely.
See you, Fuzz.